morning, everybody, and it is a very, very good morning. This weather, Chamber of Commerce weather. I love it. It's beautiful. We'd like to bottle this up. You know something? You're right, Louis. It is beautiful. And speaking of beautiful, guess who we have on with us this morning?
Oh, one of my favorite guests.
Oh, I know. Mary Ann Esposito.
And I say that without getting food.
So
that takes a lot.
That's a high compliment.
That takes a lot because usually there's an angle.
Yep.
There's something going on. You know, there has to be an agenda.
Yep.
And you're not being sincere. So that's quite a compliment, Mary Ann.
Well, I'll make you a timbalo, okay? I'll get you something from the garden. You know, we're in the garden season now, but
that's the point. You don't have to, Marianne.
All right.
Just enjoy having you.
Yeah.
You know,
thank you for having me, guys.
Hey, listen, it's our pleasure. This was an open date in our calendar. Lou and I, because it was Labor Day weekend, I really didn't want people to have to drive long distances to be our guest on the radio show. Traffic is going to be a bear, and you know something. So anyway, we had this date open. Lou and I were just going to go back and forth, and after 24 years, do a little bit of reminiscing about what we've done on this show. And it's been a lot of fun. And I enjoyed as much today as I did when I first started. And that's good. And we've met some wonderful, wonderful people, to be honest with you. And, you know, Mary Ann, you're right at the top of the list, babe.
Oh gosh! Well,
I know. Oh, I know. I'm saying it. I'm saying it just the way you wrote it.
Oh God!
No,
him.
No, you've got the nicest smile. I swear to you, I love that smile of yours. You make me smile even if I'm grumpy.
I go to bed this way.
You know something? I believe it. I believe it.
You know, thing is, after 30 years of smiling constantly on your program, you know, on Ciao Italia, it's hard to get out of that kind of mode at the end of the day. But I genuinely love life and I love what I do, so it's easy to smile.
And you're easy to please. That's key.
Well, my husband would think otherwise.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Hey, you know, off the air, you and I were talking, and I said something to you, and I meant it. How perfect, Lou, would Mary Ann be working for the diplomatic corps?
Oh, unbelievable!
And I meant that. I meant that sincerely. I mean, I know you're a teacher, a successful author. You have the longest running cooking show on TV.
Yeah.
This girl has been on what? Today? You've been on the Today program?
We've been on, yes, we've done the Today Show and Regis and Kelly and a whole host of Food Network, QVC.
That's wonderful. You know, you're recognized for what you do, and that's a huge compliment. You get in front of national TV. It doesn't get much bigger than that.
Well, that's a nice compliment. But you have to remember, you know, when I started, there were no Italian cooking shows.
No, I know.
There was no Food Network. So, you know, people always say, well, Mary Ann, you were a pioneer. Well, I guess in a sense I was. But today, look what we have. We have just a minestrone soup of cooking shows that cover everything. You know, Portuguese cooking, Greek cooking.
Which is healthy. Yes.
Well, not as well. Yes, Greek and Italian are way up there.
No, I meant by diversifying the food shows.
Yes,
every culture has something, except for the Irish. I don't know if the Irish have anything.
Food?
Yeah,
alcohol.
No, you know, guys,
whiskey.
Wait a minute. I just came back from Ireland in June.
Oh, you did?
Yes, and that was my beautiful trip. That was my third trip to Ireland. I have to tell you, the food in Ireland is absolutely fabulous.
Yeah, the seafood, right? The seafood is very good in Ireland.
Oh my God, yes. Oh yes, but you know the farm. Yeah, and the farm to table genre is in full force there,
and the whiskey makes it better. So.
Again, he's back to whiskey.
It's who we are.
You know something.
Okay.
I think no matter where you go, you have to try their specialty and
Yeah.
what's popular. Uh, I
Mhm.
was on this little dinky island called Madeira outside of the
Oh, yeah.
Azores.
Yes.
And I'll tell you, I had some of the greatest meals. Fish.
Really?
If
Yes.
you don't
Oh,
like fish, you're shafted. I mean,
yes. Right. Right.
because
Yeah.
you're out in the middle of the ocean and
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
fishing. The boats come in, the chefs go to the pier, they pick
Yeah.
out the swordfish, they pick out the fish they want, and that's what's going to be served that night.
Yep.
It
Right.
doesn't get any better than that.
No.
And with Italy's Sicily in particular, I mean, jeepers creepers. You got 936 miles of coastline, and fish is unbelievable. I mean, fish is just one. Beef, not so much. Fish, absolutely incredible.
But isn't the
Yeah.
thing with Sicily, they've been conquered by everybody, so there's food culture from like touching everything in there. There's food culture from all
Spices,
over.
He's
sure.
absolutely right. Lou is absolutely right. You can't say there is a Sicilian cuisine. There isn't, because just as Lou mentioned, you've got Greek, Phoenician, Norman, French, Spanish. All of those left their imprint on the food, and not as well as the history, of course, but it's all in there. And I think one of the classic dishes that defines that is caponata, because that's Sicily on a plate right there.
Right there.
You've got the Arabic influence there. You've got Spanish influence there, Greek influence there. It's all right there in front of you.
Can you explain to Lou what caponata is? Because he says he's half Italian, but you know something? He's so lost when you said that. I could see the look on his face. What the hell is that?
First I've heard of that. Yep.
Well, caponata is a eggplant-based dish that has the underlying flavor that defines a lot of Sicilian cooking, and is called agrodolce, meaning it's sweet and sour at the same time. So the eggplant is cooked with capers and vinegar, red wine vinegar, and also sugar, cocoa, which was added by the Arabs who brought cocoa as an ingredient there. The eggplant came from the Arabs, and there's celery in this dish and onions, and it's cooked and it's served at room temperature, like, over a crostini, or you could put it on fish or even a pork chop. It's hard to define the word caponata. There really is no translation, no real translation for it. So we mainly think of it as a Sicilian sweet and sour relish, if you will.
You put it on pork chop, it goes good with pork?
Oh, delicious. Put it on swordfish. Absolutely fabulous.
I've had
And
it on swordfish.
Yeah, and if you want,
I never thought pork. Huh.
oh,
Interesting.
yeah, the recipe's on ciaoitalia.com. Caponata. Yeah, check it out, Lou. Next time I see you, I'm going to bring you a jar. Okay, I promise.
He's in. He's in.
I'll get you one too.
Hey, listen, the reason we asked you to come in with us and join us via the internet, there's a special event happening, and I would like you to tell our listeners all about it, because it's quite interesting. And like I said, I go through Exeter quite a bit, going to visit my brother, and I passed this place called the Exeter Fine Crafts.
Yes.
And I've never thought about it, to be honest with you. I've never been in, but gee, they do they do a lot. They do a lot. So anyway, I'd like you to tell our listeners what's going on in Exeter coming up next month.
Well, I'm working in conjunction with Ward Gilmore, who is a board member for the Exeter Fine Crafts, which is, if you've never been in there, you are missing out on. I mean, it's like Christmas every day. You go in there and you can find things that are handmade by different artisans from all over New Hampshire, from jewelry to pottery to, handmade cards to culinary implements. You name it, it's there. It's really worth a visit. And so Ward and I are often thinking about how can we partner and do things together? And we're both interested in community and community involvement, and also in education. And the Exeter Fine Crafts offers all kinds of different workshops. You can go in there and learn how to make a pot, or you can learn how to weave. You can learn how to do so many different.
Oh, they have classes? Yeah.
Yes, they have classes, and you can go online and find out what they are. So I was talking with him one day, and I said, how can I be involved somewhat with the Exeter Fine Crafts? Because I find that his mission of educating the public as well about the Exeter Fine Crafts, and mine on educating through our foundation, the Marianne Esposito Foundation, we have a similar goal. And so we decided to say, hey, let's put an event together that celebrates these two things. So on September 26th, Ward, who has been instrumental in putting a lot of this logistical stuff together, we are having an event called Salute Day. And it is going to highlight a different bunch of things. So from 4 to 6 p.m., you can come to Exeter and you can sample some wonderful foods that are going to be prepared by 4 chefs we are going to highlight during this visit, during this event. So we've got chefs from Vino e Vivo. We've got the White Apron at Mila. We have Cornicello, and we have Czar's Brewery. And they're all going to do something special to make this a really Italian feel event. And as a special guest, we are also going to have the Consul General to Boston from Italy with us. Arnaldo Minuti is going to be a special guest, and he's going to help hand out the awards to these 4 special chefs. So you'll be able to sample their food, your nice wines. It's going to be a really wonderful event. And in your ticket price or your donation is included a nice little gift bag. You're going to get a copy of my latest book.
How good is that?
How good is that? And you're going to have a good time.
And I believe the price is $75 for a donation.
$70, I believe.
$70.
Is going,
Okay.
But if Ward is here, he probably can correct that. It's either $70 or $75. You can go online.
Where can you go to eat for $70? I mean,
really?
today.
Where can you go for the wine, food, fun, a book?
So this is in honor of 4 chefs in that area, correct?
Yes, we're highlighting these 4 chefs in Exeter, along with raising funds. This is a fundraiser for the Exeter Fine Crafts and also to help the Marianne Esposito.
So they're a 501c3?
I believe so, yes.
I believe so, too.
Yes, I think so, yes.
And, when you think about it, chefs are just like a craftsman that works with wood.
Exactly.
I mean,
You're so right.
It's a craftsman, right? I mean,
yeah,
exactly.
It's an art
exactly.
form,
This is what I tell people all the time. A chef, a home cook is a chef. They're a chef. Even though they don't have a degree, they're still a chef. But you know what? Most home cooks don't need recipes, even though, I write books like this for people who have to have recipes. But I always put it this way. When I cook, I think of myself as an artist with a blank canvas. I open the refrigerator. That's my blank canvas. I see what's in there. Oh, I got a few of these, a few of this. All right, we're going to put all that together and we're going to make supper. So, I want people to understand that cooking should be fun. It shouldn't be considered drudgery. And I think we're losing the art of cooking today.
Absolutely.
Marianne, hold on. I believe Louis has somebody on the phone.
Tony Palmisano. Hi, Tony.
Oh, Tony. Hey, Tony.
Good morning. How is everyone doing this morning?
We're
Good.
doing
Hi, Tony.
Hi, Marianne. I just wanted to call in. First of all, I wanted to thank you again and your son Chris for last year with your cooking demonstration at the feast. It was a fantastic experience.
Oh.
We loved it. In fact, I want to thank Mikey for introducing you to us, and we'd love to have you back sometime. In fact, today, I don't know if you know this, but today is the beginning of our feast weekend. So,
yes,
Bona Festa to you.
I know that. Yes. Bona Festa.
Again, as I said, on behalf of the Italian membership, we wanted to thank you for the great experience we had last year. But I also had a question. And the question is, where you have been so instrumental in promoting Italian culture and food, are you at all surprised by the popularity of cooking and food and competition shows? Did you anticipate that this was going to happen, over the last 10 years?
Well, no, I am and I am not. I'm surprised because cooking shows, they have evolved into something more than cooking. They're entertainment. A lot of them are, and to just be truthful, a lot of them are really silly because I don't particularly like cooking with a timer at my head that says I have to do this, bone a chicken in 3 seconds. This takes the entire fun of cooking out of cooking because first of all, most people aren't going to be able to do that. And so right away, that turns a lot of people off thinking, oh, I'm never going to do that. I can't do that. I'm just going to open up a can and that's going to be supper. But what I like to think is that for Ciao Italia, which has been out there for 30 years, our mission is to educate people. We like to have fun on our show, no question. But we also like to tell you a story about where did this recipe come from? Why does it have this name? And here's how you do it. So I think it's nice that we have this proliferation of cooking shows since the inception of Ciao Italia. And a lot of them are very good. But then there are some that I wouldn't even give you 2 cents for.
Hey, Tony.
Appreciate your comment again. Thanks again. We'd love to have you back at some time, and have a great Labor Day weekend. Thank you, guys.
Have the society have a wonderful, wonderful feast, Tony. This is the 101st year, and I need to talk to you about something that Marianne and I were discussing earlier, and I think it would be something the society can really get involved with. And we will, after the feast, you and I will have dinner somewhere, and Marianne wants to go to Melise.
All right.
I'll talk to you later. Take care. Hey, listen, why don't we take a break, Lou? And we'll be back with Marianne right after you listen to our sponsors.
Ciao, this is Esther of You, Me, and Sicily. I want to talk to you about Tommy Amin and the great staff at Butcher Boy Market. Families, foodies, and home chefs come together at Butcher Boy to talk good food and create traditions. They offer the best in quality cuts of beef, pork, lamb, poultry, and restaurant-style steaks and chops. Produce? All of their produce is hand-selected to complement any meal or even to make it your main course. Their deli serves fresh roast beef, turkey, and beautiful imported Italian cold cuts, cheeses, and antipasto. And don't forget the Butcher Boy Bakery, featuring sweet delectables from all over the state, as well as their very own bakery. That's Butcher Boy, where the secret to a great steak is, of course, the steak. Located at 1077 Augiust Street in North Andover, Massachusetts, in the Butcher Boy Plaza. Ciao!
This is Tom Zappala. Located in the heart of downtown Haverhill, the Haverhill Beef Company is a full-service, old-fashioned butcher shop and meat market that continues to be a valued family tradition since 1952. Peter and Monica Carboni's Haverhill Beef offers individualized service from an outstanding selection of marinated sirloin tips, homemade sausage, marinated chicken, and thick, juicy Chairman Reserve steaks. Your family deserves the best, so call Peter at 978-374-4795 or visit their website at www.haverhillbeef.com.
This Labor Day weekend, bring your entire family for the 101st Annual Feast of the Three Saints in Lawrence. The best Italian food, free parking and entertainment, and carnival rides for the kids. Stop by the Beer and Wine Gardens and enjoy a great lineup of entertainment. On the bandstand Friday night at 7, it's the Full Circle Band, followed by Scanzonati at 8. The Bellas perform at 6 on Saturday night, and at 8, it's Ray Mass's Euro Rhythms. At 4:30 on Saturday, stop by the Cultural Tent for a cooking demonstration with Chef Oscar Figueros. From Grazia Grazzi Italian Restaurant in Dracut. And the B Street Bombers close out this year's feast entertainment Sunday night at 8:30. Come celebrate over 100 years of Italian food, fun, and entertainment at this year's Feast of the Three Saints, August 30th through September 1st in Lawrence. Follow the signs from the Marston Street exit on 495. Sponsored in part by Eastern Salt Company, Trident, Jackson Lumber and Millworks, Tripoli Bakery, Market Basket, Cottadella Funeral Home, JG's Ice Cream and Fun Center, Donna's Sausage, and Wind Waste. Visit threesaintsinc.org.
When you dine at Ristorante Melisse in Amesbury, Massachusetts, you feel at home while enjoying an authentic Italian dining experience not to be forgotten. From the appetizer to dessert, you won't regret your choice. Bring your cravings and appetites. They promise you won't leave hungry or without leftovers for the next day. Takeout and catering are also available. Give them a call or visit them online for the menu, online ordering, and reservations. RistoranteMelisse.com. That's RistoranteMolise.com or call 978-388-4844. Ristorante Melisse, where you're treated like family. Legacy Care Law Firm provides estate planning and elder law services to people in the greater Merrimack Valley and southern New Hampshire areas, with offices in North Andover and Woburn, Massachusetts, as well as Nashua and Salem, New Hampshire. Discussing family and financial matters with an attorney can be intimidating, but our goal is to help you prepare for the future as you preserve your legacy. We help clients qualify for government medical benefits and ensure their estates are preserved for their families so they don't need to worry about their estate being wiped out by high nursing home expenses. Legacy Care Law Firm attorneys are here to support your journey toward a more secure financial future.
At Cottadella Funeral Home, we reinvest in our business to provide your family with the best facilities. It begins with a beautifully landscaped exterior, parking for 250 vehicles, and a comfortable and inviting access to our renovated interior. Funerals can be costly, so you should review and compare plans to make sure you receive services that are fairly priced. I invite you to experience the Cottadella difference in cost, facility, and service.
Cottadella's, honoring and celebrating the lives of the people we loved, providing exceptional care since 1929.
Italian artisan cuisine combines simple, fresh ingredients with time-honored preparation to create an incredible culinary experience. At Tuscan Kitchen, located in Salem's historic Depot District, talented chefs prepare everything in-house from scratch for all to see. Guests enjoy their meal literally in our kitchen as food is prepared right in front of you. Wood ovens burn from morning till night, roasting vegetables, baking bread, and firing delightful thin-crust pizzas. Prime steaks are seared on a wood grill. A rotisserie slowly roasts marinated whole chickens and lamb, while a pasta maker creates fresh fettuccine. More than just artisan cuisine, Tuscan Kitchen features the wine bar, live entertainment, weekly wine tastings, and elegant private dining and event space. Call 603-952-4875 or visit TuscanKitchen.com to make a reservation and learn more about the culinary adventure that awaits. In Italy, cooking is an art form. Tuscan Kitchen. Experience artisan Italian.
Orthopedics Northeast and Essex Orthopedics have joined forces as Mobility Bone and Joint Institute to bring improved access and outstanding medical care. While our name has changed, our dedication to exceptional care remains the same as it has for the past 30 years. Same location, 16 Pelham Road, Salem, New Hampshire.
This is Cindy.
And Mike Kunstler,
owners and operators of Four Oaks Country Club and Grazzi Italian Restaurant in Dracut, Massachusetts.
Grazzi Italian Restaurant is the hidden gem of the Merrimack Valley.
Why is that?
We have an incredible chef, Oscar Figueroa.
In the words of local famous chef and restaurant owner Lydia Shire,
Oscar thrives on hard work.
He is capable and gifted.
No one makes better food. Scallops, seared to perfection.
House-made ravioli with farm-fresh local corn.
And buttery, tender, lazy man's lobster, just to name a few.
You have to come experience Grazzi Italian Restaurant for yourself.
Grazzi Italian Restaurant, located at Four Oaks Country Club, 80 Meadow Creek Drive in Dracut, Massachusetts. Hope to see you soon.
And we are back. You just saw that last ad, Mary Ann. And,
I'm hungry. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, huh?
Mhm.
Mary and Joseph. If you don't get hungry after watching those ads, you got something wrong with you. I was going to say, and we had the pleasure, you and I, of dining at Grazzi's.
Yes.
And they were introducing a new chef at the time, Oscar
Yeah.
Figueroa, and
Yeah.
he's going to be our guest chef at the feast this year.
Oh, wonderful. Good.
Grazie is very excited about the opportunity to present them to the Merrimack Valley area. And I'll tell you, this guy is he's like a rock star. I mean, the people, they come into that restaurant, they all want to go talk to him.
Yeah, right. That says something, doesn't it? Yeah.
It speaks volumes. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me? It speaks volumes. I noticed when you were naming the chefs that are being recognized for your fundraiser for the Exeter Fine Crafts, I saw Mila was there.
Mm-hmm.
And you're actually doing a cooking demo there, I believe. Was it November 6th or 8th?
On November 8th, I am doing a wine dinner at
Okay.
Mila. Wine dinner featuring the recipes of Emilia Romagna. So, Bologna, Parma, Modena.
I'm glad you explained that to me because I didn't know where the hell it was.
That's the mission of Ciao Italia.
Yeah,
Let you know
that's
that
true.
there are other places besides Rome in Italy.
No, Rome is good to see. I mean, but I'll tell you, there are so many different areas that you have to experience.
Absolutely.
In my opinion, if anybody was to say to me, I have two areas that I really like. The Sorrento area, waking up in the morning to the smell of lemons. It's just gorgeous. And I like Lake Como, Lake Maggiore. I like Northern Milan. To me, I could drop anchor there any day. I really could. I fell in love with the area, and it's I don't know. It's just very special to me. And like you say, whether you're 100% on the Sicilian side of things, or whether you like mainland, going into different areas, they all feature something different.
Right now, Italy is very hot. Very, very, I don't mean weather-wise. I mean, everybody wants to be in Italy. Usually I do 2 tours a year, take a group to Italy, going to various places. Now, next year, I had a group tour planned for Friuli, Venezia Giulia. We had to cancel that tour in May of 2025 because there were no hotel rooms available.
I believe
that's how far in advance people were making plans to go to Italy. So instead, I've moved my tour next year to Puglia in the south. So we'll be going in the fall because we could secure all of the rooms for that tour. But it's everybody wants to be in Italy, and it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming. It's hard to move in some places of Italy, like Venice, Florence. The big three. Florence,
I know. Especially, and it's so hot. They've been having heat like you can't believe.
Yeah, brutal.
Day in, day out, and the fact that water is becoming a serious issue.
Absolutely.
That's creating quite a problem. And some of these hotels have to buy water and have it trucked in. So especially the bigger, but those are 4 and 5 star restaurants. The little bed and breakfast, Lou, they're really struggling.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Mary Ann, we do a show on Sicily, the first show of the month, and it's very good. We have Estevada. She's our tour director. We go to different parts of Sicily, and it's wonderful. I've learned a lot.
Yeah,
I've learned a lot. Yeah. But getting back, the show, the meal that you're creating, it's a dinner wine show. Is that what you said?
On November 8th, you mean the one at Mila, the White Apron? That's with Chef Jay Curcio, who's orchestrating that. And Jay is a true craftsman, as are the other chefs who are going to be participating in the Salute event on September 26th. So what my husband Gaetano, who's a certified wine educator, will be pairing the wines for that Emilia Romagna dinner. So I'm picking classic recipes from Emilia Romagna, preparing them with wines. And I will be talking about the courses for guests that are coming to the dinner. Guy is going to talk about the wines. Wow. We're going to have a rocking good time. Everybody's going to get a book.
Are tickets available for that? Because I got a feeling it's going to sell out real quick.
They are. You can go on the Ciao Italia website, ciaoitalia.com and go on special, or go on events, or you could probably just Google the White Apron and get on their mailing list. And yeah, that will sell out. And we're going to do a series of them through the winter.
Jay,
Because
yeah, he specializes mostly in catering, doesn't he?
he does, yes, he does a lot of
Catering, a lot of big
events,
catering. Yeah, my
but
friend Jimmy Accurcio did a meal at his house, and he
yes,
had it catered by them. Boy, I'll tell you,
he's outstanding.
over
Yeah.
the top,
Yeah.
over the top.
Very dedicated, as are all those chefs. I want to point out that they're all very good at what they do. So we're excited to have them and to host them and to have the Consul General meet them, because after all, the Consul General knows Italy, right? He's from Parma. So, they have the best pastas in the world around Parma. So it's a little bit of, stress and a challenge, but I think they can meet it.
You also mentioned Vino e Vivo.
Yeah. Yes.
Do they still have, along the Exeter River, they still have that patio area, Marianne, that you can eat outside?
The last time I was there, they did. At Paul Callahan, who is the chef there, is excellent. I remember I was there in the winter. They do still have that patio, and we originally thought about using that is for the event, but it wasn't large enough. So that's why we moved over to Mila, which is a beautiful venue as well, and it can host a lot more people.
No, that sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
Can I ask Marianne a question about pasta? You brought up pasta, and I've had one of these awakenings lately. You know how you get it with a product and you have your store-bought product all the time, and all of a sudden you have some good stuff. You go, oh, I need to find that. Where do we find good pasta? What do we look for in good pasta when we're buying it?
Well, when you're buying pasta, I assume you're talking about dried pasta and not fresh pasta, because these are two different animals. You have pasta fresca, which is fresh pasta, which usually is made with unbleached all-purpose flour and eggs. That's it, a pinch of salt. For pasta seca, which is dried product where you buy, in bags, you are looking at pasta that's made with semolina flour, 100% durum semolina, and salt, no egg. So that's the difference. And you want to be sure when you buy dried pastas that you're looking on the bag that says that, made with 100% semolina, and is a product of Italy.
Okay.
It's not an enriched macaroni product. You don't want that. You want something that says product of Italy. So now you're getting the real thing. And there are some really great brands out there. None of these people are sponsors of my show, but I look for good pastas. Like Molisana is very good. De Cecco is good. Let's see, what is Del Verde is good if it's still out there. I'm not sure whether they're still in business. So yeah, 100% semolina flour, product of Italy. That's what you're looking for.
Okay.
I wanted to ask you, Marianne, Ciao Italia.
Yeah.
I love watching it, and I learn a great deal from it. And I've tried a lot of your recipes, but I also have your cookbooks to rely on too. And I'm not a recipe cook. I'm a little pinch of this, a little pinch of that.
That's way.
I go by taste, and people seem to enjoy it, and I do. So as long as I enjoy it,
absolutely, that's the best
thing. After 30 years of being on TV, and being a celebrity, quote unquote.
I hate that word.
I know. That's why I had to say it. But anyway, being well recognized. How's that?
How about I just love to cook. Yeah.
Okay, you love to cook. Is it still as exciting today as it was 30 years ago?
Oh my God, it's much better, because think about it. 30 years ago, I knew this much about Italian regional food. Now I know this much, because along with starting the show in 1989, I had to do my homework. And I had to do a lot of homework. I had to know what I was talking about. Not only did I have to know what I was talking about, I had to execute what I was talking about. So I damn well better have a handle on this. And, and so now I've traveled in all of the regions of Italy. I know their products. I know what they're famous for. I know where their olive oils come from. I know what it takes to make tortelli, or lasagna, the ragu bolognese, or casoncelli bergamasca from Bergamo in northern Italy. That all comes with a lot of study, research, and being in the kitchen, because I have to practice what I preach, and that's what makes it fun for me, is that I've done all this, but I want you to do it too. And so that gives me a lot of joy when somebody says, "Oh, I made this or that. Thank you for helping me. You taught me this or that." That's where the glory is, right there.
Okay. The concept of Ciao Italia was your idea.
Yeah.
And you really didn't know much about cooking at that particular point, did you? Or did you?
Well, I did, because of course I grew up in an Italian home where I had a grandmother who ran a boarding house.
Yeah.
And I had a mother who was a dietitian, and I had another grandmother who owned a butcher shop. So by osmosis, as a little girl, I saw this going on all the time. I had to help can the tomatoes. I had to, go pick the cherries. I had to help put the pasta over the drying broom rods. So you grow up with this. It's in your DNA.
I get it.
Did I want to do this for my whole life? No.
Yeah.
I wanted to go to school and become a teacher. I love history. And that's what I did. But that prepared me very well to be in front of a camera, because when I looked at a camera, all I saw was a classroom.
Well, being able to sell a pilot like that, Ciao Italia, it couldn't have been easy.
Not in New Hampshire.
I mean, especially for someone who's not in the business.
Not in New Hampshire.
You were a novice, and something,
gosh.
how you accomplished that.
It's just
absolute.
Yeah, well, thank you. It was just sheer willpower. I had to convince people who had not 1 ounce of Italian blood in them or knew anything about Italy, who were eating meatloaf and potatoes. Hey, let's make ossobuco. What? I mean, I had no idea what I was talking about.
So it was a bunch of Irish people you're talking
about.
No, but it was a tough sell, because first of all, you're trying to sell this in a state where there aren't a lot of Italians, number one, but that wasn't the prerequisite, but it would have helped. If it was Massachusetts, that would have been different.
Yeah.
Or Rhode Island, Federal Hill,
right.
Boston. Yeah. But no, this was Durham, New Hampshire.
I hear you. I know where you're coming from.
Right.
Listen, originally we were going to do 2 segments with you. Can you stay till the top of the hour? You got something going on? You got to get.
Oh, I'm here all day. Come on.
Are you really, honey?
Yeah.
Did I tell you Mikey has a boo-boo?
No.
Yeah, Mikey's not doing as well as he should.
Why?
Mikey has a bad case of the gout.
Yeah.
If you saw me walking around,
no,
you'd say, "Poor baby."
Oh,
baby. So I'm looking for. You feel bad for me, honey?
I do.
Okay.
I do. What can we do? What can we do?
You know something? What can I do?
Yeah.
Just keep it elevated, and
right.
I picked up a toe protector. Amazon.com. You gotta love it. You know something? Bing, bing, bing. Order it on Tuesday night. I get it Wednesday afternoon, and that's the only thing. It's the only reason I'm here. Plus, I got crazy, whatever you want to call them, on to protect my foot. You should see me coming up the stairs. You would have died laughing. Listen, I got to take one more break, and we're going to come back. We're going to be together. You, I, Louie, the whole 9 yards till noontime. We'll be right back. All right.
Ciao, this is Esther of You, Me, and Sicily. I want to talk to you about Tommy Amin and the great staff at Butcher Boy Market. Families, foodies, and home chefs come together at Butcher Boy to talk good food and create traditions. They offer the best in quality cuts of beef, pork, lamb, poultry, and restaurant-style steaks and chops. Produce? All of their produce is hand-selected to complement any meal or even to make it your main course. Their deli serves fresh roast beef, turkey, and beautiful imported Italian cold cuts, cheeses, and antipasto. And don't forget the Butcher Boy Bakery, featuring sweet delectables from all over the state, as well as their very own bakery. That's Butcher Boy, where the secret to a great steak is, of course, the steak. located at 1077 Augiust Street in North Andover, Massachusetts, in the Butcher Boy Plaza. Ciao!
This is Tom Zappala. Located in the heart of downtown Haverhill, the Haverhill Beef Company is a full-service, old-fashioned butcher shop and meat market that continues to be a valued family tradition since 1952. Peter and Monica Carboni's Haverhill Beef offers individualized service from an outstanding selection of marinated sirloin tips, homemade sausage, marinated chicken, and thick, juicy Chairman Reserve steaks. Your family deserves the best, so call Peter at 978-374-4795 or visit their website at www.haverhillbeef.com.
Sisters and co-owners Antoinetta and Elisa brought their family authentic Italian recipes from Molise, Italy, and a warm and welcoming dining experience to its customers at Ristorante Molise. The combination of their meals made from natural, homemade, fresh ingredients, and your time with family and friends together at dinner time is unmatched. Located in Market Square in the heart of Amesbury, they're open for dinner Tuesday through Sunday from 3 to 9 p.m. and are available for private parties during off hours. For reservations, call them at 978-388-4844. That's 978-388-4844.
This Labor Day weekend, bring your entire family for the 101st Annual Feast of the Three Saints in Lawrence. The best Italian food, free parking and entertainment, and carnival rides for the kids. Stop by the Beer and Wine Gardens and enjoy a great lineup of entertainment. On the bandstand Friday night at 7, it's the Full Circle Band, followed by Scanzonati at 8. The Bellas perform at 6 on Saturday night, and at 8, it's Ray Mass's Euro Rhythms. At 4:30 on Saturday, stop by the Cultural Tent for a cooking demonstration with Chef Oscar Figueros from Grazie Italian Restaurant in Dracut, and the B Street Bombers close out this year's feast entertainment Sunday night at 8:30. Come celebrate over 100 years of Italian food, fun, and entertainment at this year's Feast of the Three Saints, August 30th through September 1st in Lawrence. Follow the signs from the Marston Street exit on 495. Sponsored in part by Eastern Salt Company, Trident, Jackson Lumber and Millworks, Tripoli Bakery, Market Basket, Cottadella Funeral Home, JG's Ice Cream and Fun Center, Donna's Sausage, and Wind Waste. Visit threesaintsinc.org.
Legacy Care Law Firm provides estate planning and elder law services to people in the greater Merrimack Valley and southern New Hampshire areas, with offices in North Andover and Woburn, Massachusetts, as well as Nashua and Salem, New Hampshire. Discussing family and financial matters with an attorney can be intimidating, but our goal is to help you prepare for the future as you preserve your legacy. We help clients qualify for government medical benefits and ensure their estates are preserved for their families so they don't need to worry about their estate being wiped out by high nursing home expenses. Legacy Care Law Firm attorneys are here to support your journey toward a more secure financial future.
At Cottadella Funeral Home, we reinvest in our business to provide your family with the best facilities. It begins with a beautifully landscaped exterior, parking for 250 vehicles, and a comfortable and inviting access to our renovated interior. Funerals can be costly, so you should review and compare plans to make sure you receive services that are fairly priced. I invite you to experience the Cottadella difference in cost, facility, and service.
Cottadella's honoring and celebrating the lives of the people we loved, providing exceptional care since 1929.
Italian artisan cuisine combines simple, fresh ingredients with time-honored preparation to create an incredible culinary experience. At Tuscan Kitchen, located in Salem's historic Depot District, talented chefs prepare everything in-house from scratch for all to see. Guests enjoy their meal literally in our kitchen as food is prepared right in front of you. Wood ovens burn from morning till night, roasting vegetables, baking bread, and firing delightful thin-crust pizzas. Prime steaks are seared on a wood grill. A rotisserie slowly roasts marinated whole chickens and lamb, while a pasta maker creates fresh fettuccine. More than just artisan cuisine, Tuscan Kitchen features the wine bar, live entertainment, weekly wine tastings, and elegant private dining and event space. Call 603-952-4875 or visit TuscanKitchen.com to make a reservation and learn more about the culinary adventure that awaits. In Italy, cooking is an art form. Tuscan Kitchen. Experience artisan Italian.
Orthopedics Northeast and Essex Orthopedics have joined forces as Mobility Bone and Joint Institute to bring improved access and outstanding medical care. While our name has changed, our dedication to exceptional care remains the same as it has for the past 30 years. Same location, 16 Pelham Road, Salem, New Hampshire.
This is Cindy.
And Mike Kunstler.
Owners and operators of Four Oaks Country Club and Grazie Italian Restaurant in Drake, Massachusetts.
Grazie Italian Restaurant is the hidden gem of the Merrimack Valley.
Why is that?
We have an incredible chef, Oscar Figueroa.
In the words of local famous chef and restaurant owner Lydia Shire,
Oscar thrives on hard work.
he is capable and gifted.
No one makes better food. Scallops, seared to perfection.
House-made ravioli with farm fresh local corn.
And buttery tender lazy man's lobster, just to name a few.
You have to come experience Grazie Italian Restaurant for yourself.
Grazie Italian Restaurant, located at Four Oaks Country Club, 80 Meadow Creek Drive in Drake, Massachusetts. Hope to see you soon.
And we are back with Ann Esposito. Andy Parisi is saying hello, and he says he has a picture that was taken with you, and I think that's very, very nice. I have a few pictures too, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we have quite a few through the years, don't we? I'm. Oh wow!
Yeah.
There we go. That was at Grazie's. That's
Yes, it was a Grazie,
guy.
yeah.
And
Yes.
there's our chef that's going to be over
Right.
Oscar. That's going to
Yeah.
be tomorrow night at the Feast of the Three Saints.
Yes.
And of course, that everlasting.
Aw.
Oh, isn't that cute? Oh, put your head on my shoulder. We've taken quite a few pictures together.
Yeah.
I see
Wow.
that in the ad for Grazie's. What is that?
Can you explain that one, Marianne? That's the prosciutto.
It's draped. I can't really see the picture. Is it prosciutto draped over something?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
their Oscar made it. Remember when we went to eat? We had no idea what they were going to serve us.
Yeah.
And they presented this, and boy, that was a stopper. Let me tell you.
I know they
That thing-
show it on the ad, and I look at that and it goes, "Oh God."
Oh yeah. Now that you blew it up, I could. Yeah, it's prosciutto draped over like a glass or something. Yeah.
It's over a glass, and at the
Yeah.
bottom there's all cured salamis. and
Right. Yeah.
there's
It's
some
like a.
cheeses
It's like
and-
a.
It's an
a
appetizer. Yeah,
It's like on a salumi board.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Nice. Very, very nice.
Very nice.
I wanted you to explain to our listeners about your plans to build and maintain a Ciao Italia Italian Heritage Foundation Resource Center. What is all that about?
Well, when we started the foundation in 2007, the reason for starting it was to give back, because there I was, out there talking about Italian regional food, and people were responding and they were giving back to me. They were making me feel really good about it, and I thought, well, my mother always used to say, "Remember who put you where you are." And she was right. Remember who put you where you are. And that's the people who are watching you, who are relying on you, who believe in you, who want to be with you. And so I thought, well, how can I give back? And so I thought, well, following the path of education, wouldn't it be nice if we started a foundation where we could supply or we could provide scholarships for people who want to seriously study the art of Italian cooking. So chefs who are or students who are in culinary programs who want to become the next generation of Italian chefs. So we thought about creating, it's not a bricks and mortar building,
Right.
but it's a legacy library, if you will, of preserved recipes that are going to be lost to time. Because just recently, I heard a chef from Italy say, all those stories you hear about my Nonna, she was the one who inspired me, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. And this guy is in his mid-50s. He said, it's a myth. That's a myth. He said, my grandmother, still living, he's in his 50s, doesn't know how to cook. Now, in my generation, my grandmothers knew how to cook, but that was that generation.
Right.
And as we've come forward, we have lost the art of cooking and preserving those recipes that are important. This is happening in Italy as well. And I can give you a perfect example. One day when I was in Perugia, again, capital of Umbria, I went to the Central Market. I went in there and I wanted to buy some seeds. Zucca gialla, yellow squash seeds, because these seeds make these gorgeous pumpkins. They're green and knotty looking, and they have like a wooden stem. We've got them growing in our garden right now. All right, so I'm going in there. I look at the signora who's over there, and I say, avete questi semi, si chiama zucca gialla. She says, sì. So she takes me over. I asked her, do you have these seeds? She takes me over to the wall where they have all the seeds. I pick out I'm happy. I get the seeds. And she says to me, what are you going to do with this? And I thought, what? I mean, this is a classic. We're in Perugia.
Yeah.
You use this squash as a filling for ravioli, right? Right? She didn't know how to do this. Now, this woman must have been maybe 30 years older than me. And I thought to myself, wait a minute. You should be telling me how to do this. Here I am. I'm telling you how to do this.
So even their traditions are going by the wayside.
Of course they are. Look at what we have for dinner today. Does anybody do dinner besides you and me? I'm beginning to wonder. I do dinner every day. Sunday dinner, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, except when you take me to Molise. So anyway.
Wait a second. Mike takes you places?
Here's the picture.
I better. We're not going to have her back on with us. That's for sure.
A lot of these, the younger generation coming up doesn't know how to cook. So everything old is new again. I have to laugh because these TikTok people and some of these other social media, well, if you really want to know how to preserve bread, here's what you should do. This is old information. It's been out there for years, but it's new to people who know nothing about cooking. So it's a revelation. It's a revelation. And I see what's happening today in our country. I don't mean to be an alarmist, but where are people eating? They eat at the bar. That's dinner. They go to the bar, right? The bars are big.
They want to socialize. Yeah.
They want to socialize. They want to eat at the bar. Maybe they have a couple apps and a couple martinis or whatever it is.
And that's it.
And you call it dinner. Listen, when I grew up, I was one of 7 children. My mother also had to take care of my grandmother. You sat down at the table, and then your father says to you, well, how was school today? And then you start talking about all your problems or whatever.
You weren't texting or anything like that?
No, we have none of that. We're losing this. We're losing the come togetherness. La familia a tavola non esiste.
Amen.
That's what I'm saying.
Amen. And so much food. I mean, today, this weekend, Labor Day weekend, Lou.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to grill outside, this, that, and the other
Yes.
thing. And you look at how bad, like ballpark franks, they're the worst Frankfurt you can possibly buy.
Yeah.
Worst in the world, between the salt, between the saturated fat. I mean, 2 hot dogs give you 137% more saturated fat than you're supposed to have all day long.
Basically, if it's in a box and it has an ingredients list, stay away from it, right? Cook something else. Cook something real.
I love greens, and I love cooking with kale. I love cooking with spinach. And I had someone say to me, that's probably why you got the gout. You eat too much kale. I don't know if that's true. I don't know.
Well, kale has a lot of vitamin K.
I know.
So you can ingest too much of it. So, you gotta,
you know what I like to do? I like to steam it, let it wilt down with just about a half an inch of water. Then I like to get that water and I put it in a cup. And instead of having a coffee, I drink it.
Yeah. That's why you look so healthy.
Yeah.
Really? No, I'm serious.
I don't feel that way.
And what Lou
like pop along visit each.
What Lou just said is so true. If you can't read the ingredients, here's what gets me right now. It's August, right? End of August. It's corn season, right?
Yeah.
Go to the grocery store. What are people doing? They're buying placid tomatoes. They're buying corn that outer husks are so withered you could shave with them. And when the farmer's market is right down the street, this takes effort. This takes thinking. Do I want to eat this stuff? that's been around for a while, or am I going to eat in season? This is the
Right.
whole point
I
of
know.
Italian cooking. Eat
You-
the things that are in season now and get them fresh.
Yeah. Yeah. You've got someone by the name of Valerie Cordone. I believe I'm pronouncing her name right. She's out in the Midwest, and she says she doesn't have any good Italian markets in her area.
Yeah.
And she said, as far as sitting down, they sit down as a family also when they have supper.
Good for her. I love
And
her.
she says it's lost to the younger generations.
Yeah. She's
Uh,
absolutely
I don't
family
know. My
family
daughter,
dinner is
my
no.
daughter, when she hangs out with her friends, she's in her late 20s. When she hangs out with her friends, they put the phones in the middle of the table. It's like,
Yeah.
put them down and just be
Yeah.
together for a while and have a
Talk to
dinner.
each other.
You know something? I was in a restaurant the other day. We were down in Connecticut,
Mhm.
and an older couple, like my age, sat down, and both of them, they didn't say two words to each other. All they did was look at their
Super
phones.
fun.
And, what the hell kind of a?
I know.
What am I missing here?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we have Nancy DeMarco saying hello, and she says all hot dogs are bad for you.
Oh, yeah.
But
still.
every once in a while, everything in moderation. But I couldn't
No, but
believe
get a good one. Get one with skins. Get a good one.
Get the Hebrew National. That's one of the best ones out there. But anyway, listen, success. I'm telling you, you're gonna knock it. You're gonna knock it dead. The event over at Mila is gonna be
September 26th from
26th.
from 4 to 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not an all-night thing. And
No.
you're going to have a good representation, and the
Yes.
food is going to be just awesome. I don't know about the vineyard. I'm not a beer drinker. I'm going to be 80 in a couple of months. I never had a bottle of beer in my life.
Well,
try going through the service.
yeah, I know that for this event, the Czar Brewery has created a Sicilian lemon beer.
Oh, we'll have to
with
see about
real
that.
lemons from Sicily. So
All
it should be quite interesting. Yes.
Listen, it's time for us to say arrivederci.
No.
Yeah, baby. I'm sorry. You'll have to come back.
Right.
Listen, everybody, have a wonderful Labor Day weekend. Safe. Have fun. Be careful. And don't forget the Feast of the Three Saints is going on this weekend in Lawrence, Massachusetts.
Yep.
We got all kinds of things happening down there. You have to go. Take care, everyone.
Ciao.